Hello everybody, welcome to Erndale's. My name is Dale and this is my Erndale's channel on YouTube. You are welcome here. Today is Monday the 19th of December, Vlogmas Day number 19th. And I cannot warm up today. I don't know, I just got a chill I guess, and look at all the layers I have on and I'm still freezing cold. Oh boy, I don't know. But we're in for the long haul now with really cold weather. So I'm just going to have to get used to being chilly, I guess. So I thought maybe today we would just do a little bit of catch up. How many episodes back was that when we were doing, I was playing you all the selections of the songs that I was going to be playing at our seniors apartments assisted living facility. Gary and I did lessons and carols service there, and so I was going to record it, but it was, believe it or not, a comedy of errors, the whole thing. I have to show you what happened, or tell you what happened. So that was a few days ago in the midst of the snowstorm. It was snowing like crazy and it was blowing like crazy. So we packed everything up. Yes, Chip, we know you're there. We packed everything up, and usually we would just walk there because it's just a block away from where we live. But because I was taking my big keyboard and, you know, tripod and all this kind of stuff, we decided to take the van, and it was blowing and cold and stuff. So we got everything packed into the van, get in there, drive down, and the road, it was so white you couldn't even see what was the road and what wasn't the road. And it was really funny because when we pulled up, there's 4 parking stalls right at, for visitors. And we stood there, or we stopped for a minute because we couldn't tell how deep the snow was. That's how white everything was. You couldn't tell if it was that much snow or that much snow. So it was that much snow on the parking lot. They had actually plowed it, but I guess the wind had smoothed it over so nicely that you couldn't actually tell it had been plowed. So we get in there, and I started setting up the piano, which isn't a big deal. It has a stand, a scissor stand, one of these kind of things. And then you put the piano on top, and then you have to plug in the power source and also the sustain pedal. And I had put the scissor stand down, and my scissor stand is weird. I never can tell which way, if it's this way or that way kind of thing, So I had put the piano on there, and it just, when I sat down as if to play, I realized it was too low. So I decided to take the piano and set it up on a table, forgetting completely that I had taken my glasses off. And these are my real glasses, not reading glasses like I wear when I knit and stuff. These are my good progressives that I just got not too long ago and paid a lot of money for. I had put them on the table, so forgot all about that. I put the piano down, and it sort of was tipping a little bit, so I pushed down, and then I realized I had my glasses underneath it. So that's how things started. So took the piano off, and my glasses, when glasses are on, they're up and down. Well, now they're like this. So they didn't break, which is amazing. I kind of thought they would because they're plastic frames. They did not break, but I can't wear them because they got a big tilt on them now. So I'm going to have to take them in and see if they can straighten them out, or I'll have to get new glasses, which in another way, other than the cost of them, I would love to get new glasses because I don't like these ones at all. I haven't liked them since I got them. They looked fine on me when I was trying them on, but I don't know, for some reason, now that the lens is in there, I don't like them at all. So anyway, so then I'm setting up, or I go to set up the tripod, and I thought, oh, we left the tripod in the car. I have to go up to the car. oh, we left the tripod at home. So there goes my recording. But everything went beautiful. They sang their hearts out, which was so nice because, you know, I stress about the music, and I shouldn't, because they always love whatever I do. I could make a million mistakes and they'd still love it. And I cried for Silent Night. I didn't let myself down, but I wasn't the only one. There was other ones crying too. So it was really lovely. And then we stayed after they had coffee and tea and all kinds of Christmas goodies, and we had a nice visit. And then we came home in the snow again. And oh, the snow was just awful. So anyway, that is finished and done with. And so I decided that I needed to catch up on some things around the house here. So I did some cleaning, and I actually finished a couple of projects. So first thing I finished was my son's socks. So I have to get these in the mail to him. They turned out really nice. This is just Croy yarn. And I can't remember, I don't have the ball band with me. I can't remember what the colorway is of these, but yeah, these turned out really nice. And look at that, they match, and I didn't plan that. They actually match the stripes. When I was blocking them, I thought, oh my gosh, that never happens to me. I never get a matching set of socks without trying. So that's one thing that I finished. And then I finished a little sampler. This is for Gary for Christmas. It's just a little thing. We tend to not really do a lot of Christmas gifts to each other because we're buying stuff all year round. We just bought this sofa, and that we said when we bought it, that was our Christmas gift, a new sofa for the house. That was for both of us. So I made this little sampler, and I have a frame for it actually. It's actually an ornament, or designed to be an ornament, but I was in the secondhand shop, and there was a really nice little frame I picked up for this. So I'm going to frame this and give this to him for his office for Christmas. And that's the only two things that I finished. But once I got these socks finished, I cast on a pair of socks for myself because, you know, as a lot of knitters do, I knit a lot of stuff, but most of it I give away to somebody else. So I'm knitting myself a pair of socks. And I'm not a fan of long socks. I like the short ones. I get too warm if I'm if I'm outside and I have my boots on, that's fine. Long socks I will wear. But around the house, I don't want my legs to be that warm. So I'm just making myself a pair of shorty socks. I'm doing the heel already. So they're just little shorty socks, and yeah, I think these will be nice. I actually made a pair of these from this yarn, not this color, it was a different colorway, and they are washing really well and wearing really well, and I only have one pair, so I'm going to make a few more just so that I have some nice toasty warm socks just for around the house. But I have plans. I am about to go into a knitting frenzy. You know, I got that kit for that color work hat, and that's one thing I want to do. But all of a sudden I seem to have my knitting mojo back, and what I want to do in the new year, excuse me, Chip, quiet, shh, quiet. In the new year, I want to make more garments. I want to make, Gary wants a sweater, and I want a sweater, and I want a cardigan. So I'm going to go for bigger projects. But in the meantime, there are some projects that I've been intending to cast on, and I haven't done, and I'm going to do it. And I've even got the needles and the yarn. So the first thing I want to do is this sock head hat. I have wanted to do this sock head hat for probably 3 winters now. I have some of this, it's just acrylic yarn, but this was left over from the little baby set that I made for Fritz. And I have actually 2 balls of this stuff left. So I'm going to do the sock head hat in this. It's supposed to be fingering weight for that hat. This is DK. So I'm just going to adjust my needle size and maybe go down, cast on down a size, because this will be actually bigger if I don't. So I'm going to use this acrylic yarn for that sock head hat. I need a new hat for outside. I'm finding that the hat that I have is, maybe it's the curls, I don't know, but it's sliding off my head all the time. And this is a nice slouchy, it's a nice wide brimmed slouchy hat. There's another picture here, I'll show you. And it'll be good for my fat head. So that's one thing that I'm casting on, and I'm actually casting this on today because I need this hat ASAP. And then I'm also casting on another thing that I've had the pattern for a long time. I keep seeing it on Instagram, and it's from the kitchen sink shop, who is, I follow her. She's the one that has the, Dale, get your brain working. The washcloth a month thing. She sends a pattern every month. I think the second or third year that I've been part of that. She sends a pattern every month for a different washcloth. But she designed this Jack Frost cowl, and she just finished another one, and it is so pretty. So I'm going to finally cast this on. This is worsted weight, and I don't have any yarn that is wool, worsted weight wool. But I do have this, which is a wool blend, but it's, again, DK. I don't tend to buy worsted weight in wool. I do in acrylics, but not so much in wool. So again, I'm going to go up a size needle for this, so that I get this. So I'm going to make the cowl out of this, and this has not got a lot of, it's got more speckles than it has stripes. It's more of a speckly yarn. I've made socks out of it, and it turns out pretty nice. So this will be nice and warm because it is a wool blend. This is 75 superwash wool and 25% polyamide. So it's actually a sock yarn, but it's a thicker sock yarn. It's the same yarn as what I'm making these pink socks out of. So that's another project. And then this ball here, I bought this a couple of years ago. This is the Mela Bringo. Is that how you say it? Sock yarn is beautiful, beautiful yarn. And I bought this to make the Ardent shawl, and I've started other things and frogged it because this is supposed to be for the Ardent shawl, which I have made before, and now it's back again to the Ardent shawl. So I'm going to cast it on and work on it. And this is a beautiful yarn color. I don't know. Oops. There you go. I've always wanted this in a shawl. So I'm going to cast this on today too. So and the Ardent shawl, I don't really have a good picture of it for you. But I have made it before, and it is lovely. That's sort of what it looks like, but it is beautiful shawl. So I'm about to go into a knitting frenzy, yahoo! And then of course that other hat, that color work hat too. So that's 4 new projects, plus I have to make 2 more pairs of socks for January, further on into January. So I'm excited to start new projects because I've just been making socks, you know, socks. And I actually have, I'll pause you for a minute because I want to show you my ball bowl. Hold on one second. So when I finished a pair of socks and I have a, little ball, I throw them in here to my little crystal bowl. And this is from this year's socks. This is how many, and I've actually used some of them out of here already because I made several pair of kids socks, and I just like a ball this size will just about make a little child's sock. So yeah, I got a bowl full of odds and ends of sock yarn. That's how many socks I've made this year already. And so I need to switch and do something other than socks because I'm all socked out for the moment. I'll finish my little shorty socks, but then I think until January, I'm just going to knit these other things for myself. I'm going to become a selfish knitter for a month or so. So that is really all I'm going to say today. We are going to go later today to, hopefully, if the roads are okay, we are going to be going to Dauphin, and I need to do a Walmart run. I need to get some things like laundry soap and, that kind of toothpaste and shampoo, all that kind of stuff. And we also need to source some manicotti noodles because in our really different Christmas this year, as in we didn't put up a big tree, we've decided we're not going to have turkey either. So, we're just changing it up totally this year. I decided I'm going to make manicotti. I used to make manicotti for New Year's a lot, and I actually have only made manicotti once since we've lived here, and we're coming on to our 8th year in the country. So I want to make manicotti, and it's so exciting because we love it, and it's been a long time since we've had it. But I haven't found any noodles here. I forget I'm not in the city anymore, and some of these crazy wonderful things that I like to make, I can't find the ingredients here. So hopefully in a bigger place I'll be able to find manicotti noodles. Please say a prayer that I can find some manicotti noodles. So hopefully today we can get out and do that and do our little bit of shopping and come home, and then we are going to hibernate pretty much until Christmas Eve. So that will be nice. I think it's supposed to stay really, really cold this week, in the -20s, and probably with wind chills -30s, maybe even 40s, who knows? I mean, right now the wind is still blowing like crazy. And I have a bit of a bone to pick with our municipality because after we spent so much time cleaning our driveway and the approach, they came and just plowed it all in on us, and it's hard. We're not that young anymore, and this is hard work, and our little blower doesn't, it really suffered to go through these big snowdrifts. For sure it's not going to go through chunks of big ice and stuff like that from the road. So I just saw them turn the corner here, so I think I'm going to run out there and try and lasso them and get them to clean up the mess that they made, because we can't drive through that. We'll get hung up on it for sure. Anyway, I'm rambling on. So whatever you are and whatever you're up to today, I hope that everybody's well, and try not to be too busy. Christmas sort of gets to be too much, and that's sort of, this is a different Christmas for us for a lot of reasons, but I'm really enjoying not having all that stress about Christmas. As much as I love Christmas and we've always, done a lot of things, it's nice just to have a nice, quiet, peaceful Christmas. And, I've been watching a lot of Vlogmas, and I love them. I really do. But I'm so glad I'm not there anymore with all the big gift giving. And, one woman had a room full of gifts, and well, I've never done that to begin with, to be honest with you. I've never had a room full of gifts. We've always tried to not overdo that kind of, that's not, of course we give gifts, but we've never had the kind of finances to go to the extreme. And I'm happy about that because, I don't really believe it's necessary to have 25 gifts per person. I don't think that that's really my style. Anyway, never mind about that. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to say cheerio to you all until tomorrow. Hopefully we can go shopping. And then when I come home, I can cast on all of these knitting projects and just knit for a week or so. We'll see. Have a good day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.